What life-changing item can you buy for less than $100? 2 pet ducks. You may be tempted to go for one. But trust me, you need two. And you'll have about $76 left over. They don't tell you this in school, but the ducks in the park are free. A curved shower rod. Seriously. $10 for a tension rod, or $28 for a curved one that takes a bit more effort to install, but your showers are suddenly 33% larger and feels like you're in a hotel every day. Another monitor. Your productivity will increase dramatically. I have 3. But maybe you are right. A nasal irrigation kit, either the electronic pump or simply the squeeze bottles. I started using them both leading up to surgery on my sinuses, and I haven't stopped using them since. It takes some getting used to, but the relief and clean feeling is amazing. Make sure you only use distilled water for nasal irrigation. There are horror stories out there of the consequences of running tap water up your nose. Brain-eating amoeba-type horror stories. Or boil the water. Pretty sure that was part of the instruction with my neti pot. And salt as well. Let it cool after you boil it, though. Just trying to keep you from getting sued, Tom. House plants. They will make you happy looking after them. I recently bought a Venus fly trap. She caught her first fly today. So proud. This is so wholesome I could die. I started keeping and growing plants and herbs, and just not killing those feels like such a huge accomplishment. Seeing a new sprout is like a celebration. Now I understand why people have graduations for kindergarten. AeroPress coffee maker. The thing broke my wife of her $200 monthly Starbucks habit. The unit costs maybe $25 or so. Rice cooker. That effort kept me fed during depression when I barely had the energy to get out of bed. Takes less than nothing to get some rice in there and flip the switch. Want something sweet? Throw coconut and sugar in there. Want flavor but can't be F to make anything? Get some Spanish rice or saffron going. You can throw tofu in there with it if you need. Yeah, it's not the best for you, but hot food is better than no food. I bought a $1 back scratcher from an Asian market in town. Best $1 I ever spent. A decent light wake-up alarm clock. Completely changed my mornings. Don't think I could ever go back to using my phone or a simple alarm clock. Would it help wake up non-morning people like myself? If so, link. Hello fellow non-morning person. I have one of these. It doesn't help me that much. It might work for you though. Vertical mouse. $20. Saved my wrist using it at work all day. It looks odd but it feels so much more natural. I even got a bunch of people at my office to buy one after they tried mine. Edit, to the one I have for those interested. Web link. This was a lifesaver for me. I made a special trip to my office once mandated work from home started in March because I need it. After I got it, I got some weird looks from office mates but started to see them picking them up too. A king-sized blanket for a queen-sized bed. I got a king for a double bed. Best decision ever. The double sheets fit the bed, but I couldn't snuggle completely under them without curling up. Now, I can hide completely under the duvet stretched out. Best thing ever in the winter. If I pull the covers completely over myself, the boogeyman can't find me. Just make sure your foot doesn't hang over the edge of the bed. That's why you got to lift your leg/foot in the air and swing the blanket under them. I have a king-size bed, and even king-size comforters are kind of small, so my partner and I have 2 king-size comforters, one each side, so no one has to share. Sharp knives for the kitchen. I put off buying a whetstone for a long time, mostly because I was nervous I would use it wrong and ruin my knives, but it's not too hard at all if you get one with an angle guide. Makes chopping stuff up faster, easier and safer. We bought a whetstone what feels like years ago and it went unused until last week. Everyone in the household is constantly complaining about dull knives and I always tell them, well, we do have a whetstone, to which they respond I don't know how to use that. Eventually the dullness started to actually bother me, so I spent 30 seconds watching a YouTube video and gave it a crack. Then I learned it had been bothering me my whole life and I just didn't know it. Knives are supposed to cut that easily? Holy crap. When I started dating my now wife, I introduced to the concept of sharpening knives and she had no idea that it was supposed to be easy to cut veggies and fruit. No matter the knife, my wife would always just use pressure to cut things. She was amazed how I was able to cut tomatoes and bread without destroying them. Let the knife do the cutting. A glass breaker on a keychain. Push it against the glass of your car window and it shatters immediately, helping you get out of a car underwater, broken door, etc. Super cheap and life-saving. I have things. They can cut your seatbelt in a pinch, too. Web link. In my opinion, definitely a weighted blanket if you have a hard time sleeping at night or have anxiety. They have some at Target for $25 currently. I just use the crushing weight of all my failures instead. Much cheaper. Something else that really helped with sleeping for me is a bottle that keeps water cold, Mizu or whatever. Being able to drink ice-cold water at any time during the night without leaving your bed changes everything. How do you not pee all night? I force myself to stop water intake by 8 p.m. because I end up peeing twice a night even with my water curfew. You need a nice water bottle and a good-sized pee jar for your nightstand. Try not to confuse them. Motion sensor night lights. Can't tell you how many stubbed toes or falls they have prevented. Also a cheap intruder alarm. Get a motion-activated toilet bowl light. They're amazing. Don't kill your eyes in the middle of the night when you got to pee. Relatedly, a dimmer switch for the bathroom. Works in the middle of the night, as well as early mornings, as you can gradually increase the brightness to match your current tolerance for the world. Carbon monoxide detector. Post-it notes are far cheaper. Our landlord isn't letting me talk to you, but it's important we do. I feel happy I recognize this. It's quite legendary. Such a crazy moment of Reddit history, lol. Blackout curtains for your bedroom. Changes your life if you want to sleep all day. I refuse to have them in my room after living like a vampire for a few years. Combine it with a wake-up light alarm clock. Block the sun, then emulate its rise. The future is here, people. This is how I feel when I put foundation all over my face to get rid of the redness, then apply blush on top of that to put redness where I want it. May sound simple, but a good pillow. It is amazing the change in body aches and sleep you see when you have a good pillow that fits you. I thought that I liked memory foam and other fancy pillows, but the real life changer for me was a buckwheat pillow. I have sleep apnea, and it allows me to get my head into the perfect position and keep it there comfortably. Edit: before you go out and buy one, please research the pros and cons. They aren't for everyone. Consider them if you like a firmer pillow, occasionally wake up with an achy neck from lack of support, and want a pillow that breathes well. Someone in the comments has also pointed out that you will win every pillow fight you get into. Downsides are, if you shift around in your sleep a lot, you'll need to adjust the pillow to fit your new position. Adjusting the pillow and settling in makes a little bit of noise as the buckwheat husks rub against each other, kind of like dry leaves crinkling. Some people are also allergic to buckwheat, but there are other similar fillings such as millet husks. Organic fillings also need to be replaced once in a while, since it breaks down over time. Oh man, did my life change when I got my buckwheat pillow. I tried using the standard pillows but could never find one that was comfy. Memory foam got too hot or would compress to a pancake. Getting used to the noise took like a week or so, but after that, pure bliss. How does one find the perfect pillow? Edit: time to start my journey into the world of pillow shopping. Thank you everyone for the responses. I entered into my relationship with my wife, who only ever bought cheap 5.00 pillows from Walmart, with a quality/expensive pillow. She swore up and down she'd never buy one. Eventually, said pillow migrated over to her side of the bed and was the one and only time in 8 years of marriage that she's admitted to being wrong. So what pillow do you have? At the time? No idea anymore. I believe it was a Tempur-Pedic? Currently we each have one of these, and I'm ashamed at the price. But holy hell, they are great. Web link. Never be ashamed of a price for something you spent a third of your life in/on. A good mattress/pillow can change everything. Hell, everything related to sleep is very important and worth investing into. Sunscreen. No skin cancer for me. For anyone that disagrees with this comment, I've had multiple skin cancer surgeries. It's not the scalpel cutting flesh away from your body that hurts the most during the procedure, it's whatever liquid they inject into you to deaden the nerves around the cancer that hurts. The needles don't hurt, but that crap they inject into you is effing nasty. Wear your sunscreen, kids. I am German Irish and had a skin graft on my temple, and removal of a lymph node on my chest. My wife convinced me to go. Turns out that I should have been going to the dermatologist the whole time. She saved my life. I would have waited, it would have went from the lymph nodes to my brain or my lungs, and that would have been end of story. If my wife did not insist, I would not be here right now. So, I get to experience 2020. So, yeah. In all seriousness, I may not be here. Listen to your wife. The end result is I cannot spend more than an hour a day in the sun. I need to wear long sleeves and long pants and a ton of sunscreen even for a short time in the sun. What is my motivation? I get to piss off all the people that thought I should be dead. Screw you, I am staying alive to spite you. The only downside is my beautiful wife slaps on a ton of sunscreen every time I leave the house. I guess living well is the best revenge. Update note 1, wow, thank you for all the kind messages, and yes, I am doing well. And yes, I do know my wife is awesome. You all are awesome for all the support. Update note 2, to clarify, the surgeries were covered my insurance with a copay. The reason I say this was less than $100 is the advice from my wife was free and the copay for the dermatologist was $10. An air compressor to air up your tires. Got one off Amazon for $30. To add to this, a jumper. Basically a battery in a box that has battery clamps. For jump starting your vehicle. Get one that has a DC-AC outlet so you can use it to power small electronics when you have a power outage at home. I would not recommend combination jumper/air compressor units. Would suggest separate jumper and air compressor. Note, doesn't hurt to have actual old-fashioned jumper cables too. A 10-foot charging cable or a quality pair of shoes. F me, I'm reading this hunched over with my phone plugged into an impossibly short charging cable. You might consider a USB extender, which comes in handy for other things as well. Then you can just plug it into whatever. Don't want to sit at your desk for gaming? USB extender. Now you can sit at the couch and use the coffee table instead of your desk and the TV instead of your monitor. A 10-foot charging cable only if of God quality. Otherwise it might lose enough voltage over its length for the phone to not charge. Been there, done that. Edit, I meant good quality. God quality is overkill for this application. Edit 2, Christ, if I get another response recommending to buy an anchor cable, I'm going to drown myself. I once bought a 10-foot charging cable of God quality. Unfortunately it was the god Hephaestus and almost burned my apartment down. He's not used to working with cables. Give him a break. National Park Annual Pass. If you're a veteran with any recent disability rating, they're free for life. Did not know this, thanks. Even if you are not a veteran, if you have a handicap placard along with the letter you take to your DMV, it's free as well. Condoms. My dad's biggest regret. Womp womp. First aid kit. Similarly, a fire extinguisher. My dad was a firefighter. When my wife and I bought our first house, my dad gave us 6 fire extinguishers, a box of 9 bolts, and a life ladder. Man, I miss that guy. I can only imagine the pride on his face as he relishes in the "of course you did" look on your face. Sounds like a great guy and a better father. I hope he's resting easy. Thanks, internet stranger. I really appreciate that. Thank you for watching. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. We welcome your comments below. Another of our videos will begin shortly.